It's that time of year, the beginning of the year, and you need leads for real estate, right? So today I'm going to give you my top 3 ways to generate leads now. And I might have a bonus or two. So here's what I need you to know. Always remember you've got to put in the work. Now I can give you the lead and you probably think, if I give you the lead, then great, I've got new business. But here's the truth. If I give you the business, you didn't put in the work. And if I give you the lead, I may not have converted yet. You still have to convert. No one ever told you you were going to quit or have a 40-hour-a-week job, quit and come into real estate and now have to work 50, 60, 70, or 80 hours a week to do the business of real estate. And let me say, I have a 20-year-old. I might even have a 30-year-old and some kids in between. And I recently had a conversation with the youngest, 20-year-old, and he works at a grocery store part-time. He is an entrepreneur. And he said, Mom, I'm starting to kind of figure out that folks don't want to work. And I was like, what do you mean you don't want to work? And he said, I don't get it. Why do people work 4-hour shifts and then have to go to the bathroom 5 times? And I was like, he said, folks are lazy. They don't want, this next generation. I'm like, you are the next generation. What are you talking about? And he said, I'm just trying to figure out what it is, why, that people don't want to work. And then we started to talk about being an entrepreneur because he edits video also for a living. And then he also is a gamer on TikTok. He has over 220,000 followers on TikTok. He's got a huge following in the video world. So when we were having this conversation about being an entrepreneur, I said, well, if going to work is, he said, really, this is what he really said. He said, because he works for a grocery store, and he was like, I have the best job working at the grocery shop. I get to shop for everybody else. I get to go get their groceries, pack them up, and then take them to the car. Or maybe he doesn't take them to the car. And he said, I have the funnest, the best job, the most entertaining job at the grocery store. So, if we're busy, don't go disappear in the bathroom. My husband was like, look, that's what I would do. I'm going to look at my phone. And he was like, that's not what they're doing. So he said, if you come to work, and so if you're an entrepreneur, you have to get up, get dressed, and do the work. But then he said, when you have a job, it's easy to kind of do what you want because someone's giving you a paycheck. If you have a chance, go check out my Instagram, Carrie Joe Little, because you'll get to see a part 1, 2, and 3 series, although you don't get to see him yet. And I'm working on it because I asked him if I could interview him so we could talk about it. So he really does understand that you have to work hard to be an entrepreneur. But he said in part 3 that it could be rewarding if you stick with it. So I'm watching the 20-year-old. So, here's the truth is when I give you these top 3 today, it is January 2023. When I give you the top 3, you have to be motivated. You still have to do the work. And if I can convince you to pick one and you do it for the rest of your career, you will generate a lead. Conversion is on you. So number 1, leverage the tools that you have access to. So tenants to buyers. In my MLS today, I could probably go look. I think we had, I probably should go look right now, but I know like in Naperville, Illinois, there were over 500 potential tenants that could be buyers that rented sometime between April of 2022 through January of 2023. So that is a huge opportunity. And when I was looking, I picked one city and I think it was Joliet, and there were like 15 in like between April of 2022 through May of 2022, like April 6th through May 6th. And there were only 15. And I asked everyone on a live that I did, how many do you need? And everyone said, I just need one. Just need one a month. Some of us would like more than that, but especially if you're new in the business, you really just need one. So I am telling you tenants to buyers. And the reason why now is the best time is because you can create a postcard, you can create marketing, you can create a social media post, you can create email marketing that says, leverage your tax refund. Stop investing in your landlord's future and use your tax refund as your down payment. Rocket science. Like you're like, oh, it's that simple. Yeah. So that's one way. Now, if you really want to hear the full episode, go head over to Carrie Joe Little on Instagram and check out my Coffee with Carrie replay. Number 2, expires and cancels. Typically, the consumer. Now, it depends on your market, but typically in most markets, not a pandemic market, homeowners, properties typically expire in the fourth quarter. Now, there are more expireds that happen on January 1st of every year and holidays, but cancels and expireds happen around the fourth quarter. So go back to your multiple listing services. You can use Remind, RPR, Realist, and put in the date range for like September through December, and then check out January 1st. Disclaimer: if you are going to target cancels and expireds, you either need to check to make sure they're not relisted, or make sure you talk to your designated managing broker on the marketing things you need on your marketing. Like if your home is currently listed, please do not consider this solicitation because you cannot market an active listing. Number 3, simple. This is all simple. Reach out to your friends, family, and past coworkers or current coworkers and remind them that you're in the business of real estate. Tell them that you're looking for a referral. I mean, these are the top 3 right now. And here's why: tenants to buyers. Because number 1, they could be getting a tax refund. They could use it as their down payment. But you could do this for the duration of your career every single month and get a tenant and turn them into a buyer. Now, we could also talk about how you could take this list and target the homeowner and make that that could be an investor, and that could be a new listing, or it could be an investor that wants to work with you. I mean, that's like a bonus, but not one of my bonuses. And then, so number 1, tenants to buyers. Number 2, cancels and expireds. And number 3, friends, family, and coworkers. And go make a post on social media if you're new. Remind people that you're in the business of real estate and send out those handwritten note cards saying, hey, like my Kate Spade, TJ Maxx, can we get that? Note cards. Send out a note card reminding people you're in the business. So here are some bonuses, and I'm not going to get into the weeds of it, but here are some bonuses. You can target pre-foreclosures, past client follow-up. Send them the closing statement and remind them, hey, you might need this to finish your taxes, and then ask them for a lead. Number 3, you could use HomeSnap, people that are likely to list. You could also use Remind, high self-score. Number 4, people that have owned their homes over 25 years. And then number 5, people that bought a deal maybe between 2010, 11, 12, and 13. People that bought because now median sales prices are higher. Now, the market has shifted a little bit, but what do we know? Even though it's shifted, inventory is still low in many areas. So thanks for joining me for my top 3 ways to generate leads now, anytime during the year. That tax refund, it's really good for now. I am Carrie Little, the designated managing broker of Caremark Realty Group in Illinois and in the Orlando, Florida area. If you ever have questions about real estate, reach out. If you're looking to get your license, reach out to me. Put your questions in the feed, and thanks for watching. Join me on Instagram, and thanks for learning to earn with me.